This week, I'm going to show you how to set up Apple reminders so that you have a simple, incredibly fast workflow that's going to help you to stay really productive. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Apple series. My name is Pullein, and this week I've got an exciting setup in reminders for you that's going to really help you to become even more productive, but more importantly, spend a lot less time organizing your to-do list, reminders, so that you can spend a lot more time doing your work. Now, essentially, the premise for this is that a lot of us are not project-based. A lot of us just find having to think about what projects we have is just a lot of time wasting. It doesn't actually help us to be more productive. It forces us to spend way too much time inside reminders. What I've got here for you is a really simple system that you can use every day, anyone can use, that's going to focus on the important things. You just add the tasks, you make a decision about when you want to do them, and let your to-do list just tell you what needs doing and when it needs doing. Now, it's very easy for me to sit here and try and explain it, but the better thing to do is to show you live how to do this. So what I'm going to do is I've set up reminders in this system, and I'm going to take you through how I would process the inbox so that you can get a lot more done. Now, before I go into reminders, let me just say, if you do get any value from this episode, then please help me by hitting that like button below and sharing the video with as many people as you can, so that we can help more people to become more organized and better productive, or better organized and more productive. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to get the latest tips, tricks and news on Apple's productivity systems, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me now take you into my Apple Reminders demo account, and I'll show you how to set this up. Okay, so this is just a really simple setup. It's non-project specific. This is for those people who basically find it difficult to work with projects. I am one of those people. It's a realization that came to me over my Christmas break as I was reviewing my whole system. But this is something that I think anyone who doesn't want to spend the time developing projects and labels and tagging just wants a simple system that keeps them on top of all the work that they have to come in. So we'll start off here down this left-hand column. We have an inbox which you can set up as your default. I will have covered that. So you've got your inbox. This is where you're collecting stuff. And then what we do is we have a few folders, if you like, or a few lists, as reminders call it. The first one is this week. Now, this is for anything that you want to get completed this week. Then we have next week. I'm sorry, these are in the wrong order. I will just drag that one up to the correct order. Then we have things that you want to do next week. Now, the truth is you probably won't be sending anything there in the early part of the week, but as we get to like Thursday and Friday and you realize some of the things in this week are not going to get done, all you have to do is shift them over to this next week. And then for longer out tasks, you can move into this month, and then next month, and then finally someday maybe. So you're basically working on a time sensitivity quadrant, if you like. You've got this week, next week, this month, and next month. And finally, for those things that are really not necessarily time specific or really that important, then you would put them into a someday maybe folder. Now, this is just a demo account that I've set up to show you. Now, of course, you've also got your routines, because there are some things that just have to be done every single day. And let's just look at this first. So I've got in here, like, do my 15 minutes of meditation every morning at 6 a.m. do a closing down session for the day at 9 p.m. and give my dog Benji, or actually my real dog's name is Barney, give him his morning breakfast at 9 a.m, morning medicine at 9 a.m, and give his evening medicine at 6 p.m. So you've got your daily and then your weekly routines. These are things that are just going to come up every single week or every single month, and you don't want to be adding these tasks every single week. You just want them to recur when they are due to recur. So that's the routines, and I've covered a routines folder before, so we'll leave that one for now. So let's show you how this system works in principle. So we've got a number of these tasks that we've picked up over the last, say, today, and we've got one here called Brian Smith, and what I want to do is I want to move this to my this week. So I want to follow up Brian Smith this week. So I'm moving that there. Oh, I need to contact Les Dill. Well, let's go and contact him next week because I know he's away on holiday. Finish paper on the benefits of deep work. Now, this may be something that you think, okay, this is going to be time sensitive. I really want to do that this week. So let's move that into this week. Take Benji to the vet for his annual checkup, thinking, oh yeah, I need to do that next month. So let's move that into next month. Talk to Stephanie about her career path. I really need to do that probably this month, so we'll move that into this month. What do I want to accomplish in the second quarter of this year? Okay, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I don't really want to think about that now, so let's move that into next month because that will be February. And then consider buying a new suitcase for Sydney trip in September. Well, at the time of this recording, we're at the end of January, so I'm going to move that to someday maybe, because that's something that maybe I don't want to think about right now. So essentially what I've done is I've just done 7 tasks and processed my whole inbox, and that took probably less than 2 minutes to do. I think if I timed it, that was about 90 seconds just to do that, and if I wasn't explaining at the same time, I probably could have done that definitely in round about 1 minute. And it's just about making those quick decisions about when you want to do something. Now, what happens next is let's move into this week. Now, normally, if you're doing this every single day, of course, this is going to be something that's probably going to have a lot more than just 2 tasks. This is just for demonstration purposes. But okay, finish paper on the benefits of deep work. What I would then do is I would go to my calendar and there it is. That's not going to come up. So let's go into my calendar, and what I would do then is I would look at my calendar and think, okay, next week, what's my schedule looking like? Or this week, what's my schedule looking like? Well, it's looking very empty. This is my demo account. So what I would do then is I would say, okay, I'm going to do this on Friday. So I'm going to add a date, and I'm going to say tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is Sunday, but I'm just going to do that. And what am I going to do? Brian Smith. I need to follow him up. I'm going to do that today. So I'm going to hit that today. And that's it. Essentially, what I've done is I've just done my daily planning. Now, of course, you're going to have a lot more tasks than just 2 tasks in this week if you follow this system. But it's incredibly fast. It's incredibly simple. You don't need to get bogged down in projects and developing projects, because you can develop one of the things I've learned is with projects is that once I start working on a project, it's pretty obvious what needs to happen next. I don't need to actually spend time writing that out. So this is just a really simple way of using reminders to make sure that you're getting the right stuff done. Now, of course, at the end of the week, what you would do is you'd open up next week, and then you would say, okay, I need to move these into this week. So I'm going to move Les Dill. Let's move this one now into this week. And then you can just add the dates when you do that. And then as you go through the following week, you can just start adding stuff into next week, this month, next month. And all you're doing is just spending 10 to 20 minutes on the end of the week or the beginning of the week, just moving your next week's tasks into this week, having a look at this month, deciding is there anything that you want to do next week or maybe this week, and that's it. It's really very simple, it's incredibly fast, and you can get a hell of a lot done. Routines I'm keeping separate from this simply because what I want to do is these are just going to come up. They're routines. They don't take my life further forward, but I don't want to forget them either. So I have that task set up. Okay, hopefully that's given you a little bit of a few ideas about how you can set up your reminders so that you have a really simple, but more importantly, a really quick way of processing the stuff that you collect each week. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you for watching this video. Now, if you have enjoyed these Apple videos that I'm doing and you want to build your very own Apple productivity system, then please check out my Create Your Own Apple Productivity System course, which is available from my Learning Center and is incredible value, and it will show you how to bring all these parts together, the Notes app, iCloud, reminders and calendar, into one beautiful productivity system. Check out the course here. The details are below, and I hope to see you in the course.